Hey everybody, this is Johnny Warrior, Senior Instructor at Thunderbird Outdoor Adventures, and today I am bringing you the knot of the week. And today's or this week's knot is called the Bowline, or the King of Knots in some aspects of it. Loosen it up there so you guys can see how it's constructed, right? This is probably considered one of the most important knots. It is one of 4 of the basic maritime knots. Last week we learned one of those 4 basic knots as the reef knot or square knot. Then there's the bowline, right? And then there's also something called the figure 8 knot. And there's something called a clove hitch. Those will be the next 2 knots that we learn in the series. Alright, today you're going to actually learn how to tie this 2 ways. This is the standard bowline. And then you're going to learn to tie something called a water bowline. Alright? So, let's go ahead and get a little bit of history on this. The reason this one's so important is because of the ease of tying it and the ease of once there's a load on it, right, when it's pulled tight and there's a lot of load. This is a safety knot, right? Climbers use it in modern day. See how it just cinches down on itself. There's a no slip. Doesn't matter how it is, and it is easy to untie because once weight is released, it is simply breaking the cinch, right, and unraveling the knot. Okay? As I was saying, that this is a preferred knot in climbing and key tie downs. For instance, if this is going to, you need a connection from you to your figure 8 climbing device. The bowline is going to be used also on the tie off of a climbing rope. The bowline will be used, and this is the base knot used in the sheep bend, which is where the difference is. This one is tying a single rope onto itself, when the sheep bend will tie 2 pieces of rope together, which is 2 bowlines basically, right? And they could actually be dissimilar diameter rope on this particular one. It doesn't have to be the same diameter rope. It's good for no matter what. So let's get into more or less tying the knot. Alright. Now the basic way that the knot is tied, you have your line, and you're going to just put an overhand loop. So like if you have the line, you take the right hand and loop it over the left, making a little rabbit hole. Okay? So your rabbit goes in the hole, right? Around the tree, then back in the hole again. Now, remember how the square knot or the reef knot had this little, that's really what you're looking for. That needs to be in the hole. Alright, there's another way that it's incorrectly tied, where it drops in, around, and back in. That's not the correct way to tie it. This is the correct way to tie a bowline. Alright? See how simple it is, how easy it is. Let's tie it one more time. Easy to take apart. I love this knot. Okay? So we have our line. I'm taking my right hand over the left to make my loop. See that? Holding that like that and bringing it up. I take my rabbit, run it through the hole. The rabbit runs around the tree, and the rabbit runs back into the hole again. See how easy that is? It's an easy knot, ain't it? pretty awesome not to. So now the water knot version of this, okay, is basically ideally the same. The only difference is you have 2 holes. See? It is a double hole that the rabbit is going to run through. Alright? So, it's almost like it's a clove hitch. See how that's, technically it is, right? See how that's a clove hitch? A clove hitch is where it cinches down like this in the direction, and it'll cinch down, holding it. So you're basically making a clove hitch, okay? So right hand over left, right hand over left, right? Okay, rabbit through the hole, rabbit around the tree, rabbit back in the hole again. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're tightening it up. And that looks ugly, but when it's all put together, right? See that? Now, why would you do that? Why would you have it where you are double looping that bowline? It's tight, but when you're dealing with nylon ropes and stuff like that that are wet in the surface, what you're doing is you're giving an extra cinch to where it won't give way in the water. Okay? It's just an extra tie down. That's all that is. It's just another means. So that is a water bowline. Okay, let's tie that one more time. Now this is used a lot, predominantly in canoeing, whitewater rafting, stuff like that. You know, a lot of water nautical, right? There you go. Okay, rabbit in the hole, rabbit around the tree, rabbit back in the hole. In the hole, around the tree, and back in the hole again. Doing it to the camera is an art in itself. It's like almost trying to do it blindfolded, you know? But the dealio is once you get everything cinched in and you get everything kind of running right, it's easy to put it back into play. See? There you go. Water bowline. Okay? So if you guys like this, and please put comments down here. Push the subscribe button. Right? I will see you guys next week with one of the other 4 basic maritime knots. If you need to contact me at Thunderbird Outdoor Adventures at gmail.com. Nope. Thunderbird Adventures at gmail.com. Thunderbird Adventures at gmail.com. Email me there. Or you can private message me and I will answer any questions you have. Alright, guys? Thank you. Give me a thumbs up on this one. Peace out, guys.